Hey, everybody. Welcome to the pop culture news here on The Experience. We've got a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. Now, in an example of how rumors are often started by just a little bit of misinformation, I give you the case of Kumail Nanjiani. Now, he showed some interest in the upcoming James Gunn movie, Superman, and said that he was in. Now, basically, what he meant, and he has come back on and said, what he meant was he's going to see this movie. But that, of course, started a big movement on uh, social media that basically the comedian actor would, who had buffed up to play Kingo, would be moving into the DC universe and that he would be appearing in Superman. And then everybody assumed that he'd be playing Booster Gold, which I'm going to say right now, I absolutely could see Kumail Nanjiani playing Booster Gold. But according to him, he's not. That's not what he meant when he said in. But now you have multiple sites telling the story about how Booster Gold has been cast. And the fact is that Booster Gold is not currently listed for any movies. And James Gunn has come out and said that unless there's a script for something, there's no casting. And if there's no movie for Booster Gold to be in, why would he be cast? So do I think he's a good choice? Sure, I think he'd be great at the role. He's got the personality and attitude for it. But there's nothing that says this is a done deal. So, all right, moving on. A controversy is building up around the new Captain America Brave New World, but it may not be the one you think. This has to do with one of the minor characters played by Shira Haas. The character's name is Ruth Bat-Saraf, and she's a high-ranking member of the U.S. government. Now, the character comes from the comics. She's a Mossad agent and hero goes by the name of Sabra. Now, she was created by Bill Mantlo and Sal Buscema all the way back in Incredible Hulk number 250. She would later appear in Contest of the Champions. She hasn't even been in the comics that much. Her powers, kind of interesting, besides superhuman strength, speed, agility, the usual stuff. She also has the ability to transfer some of her energy into other people and basically enhancing them, giving them kind of a minor low-level superpower, also healing them. So now I could see her using it to kind of soup up Sam Wilson, who, as we've seen in the trailer, has a big red problem to deal with. But that aside, there has been calls for boycotting this character because of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict going on right now. Also because the name Sabra is tied to a refugee camp massacre that took place just a few years after this character was created. So there's a lot of negativity tied around the name Sabra. And like I said, the whole thing with the current war going on in the Middle East. So it's now said that Marvel's kind of toning it back a little bit, that she won't be the character of Sabra. She'll still be Ruth Bat-Saraf, but she won't be tied to that character. They won't play that out. And that her backstory is going to change from being Mossad to being an ex-Black Widow. So she's one of the ones that they saved from the Black Widow program. Now, is that going to be enough to get people to not call for a boycott, which they already started? You've got other people getting upset because they're making changes. So, yeah, it's kind of a little minefield that's starting up here. And I don't know if it's one that's worth walking through. I know the character's kind of been downplayed a little bit since the announcement that she was in it because of everything's going on. But we'll have to see how Marvel handles it. Moving on. The whole Nepobaby thing going on, how people are Nepo babies are, because their parents are famous, they're getting roles and stuff. Well, one person who's kind of embracing that title is Jack Quaid, current star of The Boys and son of Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan. He says that, yeah, he absolutely is. He says, no matter what I do, people are going to call attention to it. People have called me a Nepo baby. I'm inclined to agree. Now, he said that I'm an immensely privileged person, was able to get representation pretty early on, and that's more than half the battle. Now, Meg Ryan was asked about this in a previous interview with Glamour magazine, and she kind of downplayed it, saying that the Nepo stuff is so dismissive of his work ethic, meaning her son, his gifts, and how sensitive he is to the idea of his privilege. Now, Jack kind of responded to that, saying, I don't think that it undermines my talent. I know that I work hard, and I know I've heard no before, more often than I've heard yes. But I also know that this industry is insanely hard to break into, and I had an easier time doing it than most. Both things can be true. Okay, moving on, we have um, Superman has been filming for a while now. They may be getting close to the end. James Gunn posted kind of a, I don't want to say cryptic, but could be double meanings. He said that he's been working 6 days a week this week, and he referred to being almost done. Now, does he mean almost done with the work week, or did he mean almost done with filming? But we do know that the production is moving from Cleveland to Cincinnati, where they will be filming at Cincinnati Union Terminal on July 18th. Now, the reason that's significant is that back in the 70s, artist Al Gmuer, Gmuer, used that terminal as the design for the Hall of Justice in the Super Friends cartoon. And the fact that they're filming at that terminal might mean they're using it for the Hall of Justice. And then we'll have the home for the Justice League. Going back to Captain America Brave New World, we finally got confirmation on the Red Hulk who will be appearing in the film. Now, this, of course, was one of the worst kept secrets. I mean, we already kind of knew that he was in it because of a McDonald's Happy Meal toy leak. But now that they've made it official, there's some people out there wanting to get like the early appearances of the Red Hulk. And that's a little tricky because what exactly is his first appearance is a little up in the air. Kind of like how Wolverine, is it the cameo in 150 in Hulk 150, or is it Hulk 151? I mean, no, 181, 180, 181. So which is it? Well, with the Red Hulk, it's even trickier because technically the first time anybody saw him was on the cover of Marvel Previews number 51, which is that supplemental catalog that is put in the Previews mailer, or the Previews catalog from Diamond in 2007. Now, it's not really a comic, but that's the first time he appeared. He also appeared on the cover of Daily Bugle number 18 as a preview for Hulk number 1. So again, he showed up on two different covers before actually being in a book. And then, of course, Hulk number 1 came out in 2008, and Red Hulk is on the cover, but he doesn't appear in the story. The story itself is a Doc Samson story as he's trying to piece together a murder mystery that looks like it was done by the Hulk. So the first actual appearance of Red Hulk in a comic is actually Hulk number 2 from 2008. But this is also the first appearance of Rick Jones as A-Bomb. Now, if so which one you want to get if you're going for the Red Hulk first appearance, that's going to be up to you. But also other key issues, it's not revealed until Hulk 22 that it's Thunderbolt Ross as Red Hulk. Green Hulk wouldn't fight Red Hulk until Hulk number 4. So buyer beware on that one. Kevin Feige did an interview with Deadline where he laid out some of the upcoming things happening with Marvel, especially at San Diego Comic-Con. And he said for the first time, there'll be 2 Marvel panels in Hall H this year, with the normal one on Saturday, but there's one on Thursday that's going to focus on Deadpool and Wolverine, which will be releasing that same weekend. The panel will include Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and director Sean Levy. Now, Feige went on to talk about the movie and how it's their first R-rated movie, even though it's the third R-rated Deadpool movie. But he talked about it as being the most wholesome R-rated thing you'll ever see, and that it's more of a celebration of friendship, family, and found family. He went on to say that the R-rated raunchiness that's getting the attention right now will not be what gets the attention at the end, that he believes that it's the heartfelt nature of the movie that is what people will remember. And finally, a little bit of casting news that just popped up. Byron Bowers, who just finished shooting Lady in the Lake with Natalie Portman and Moses Ingram, which will debut on July 19th on Apple TV Plus, has just been added to the cast of Wonder Man. Now, we don't know what part he's going to play, but we do know this is produced by Destin Daniel Cretton, that he'll also be directing some of the episodes. Andy Guest is writing it, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II will be starring as Simon Williams in the series. So we continue getting news about Wonder Man. Hopefully we'll be seeing that soon, get some images. But all right, guys, that is the news for now. Remember to stick around for Minute to Skim It and Mint Hunter and Kicking It with Henri. So have a great week. Look around for, or keep an eye out for the San Diego Con news coming this week, and we will see you later.